...2025 was, let's be honest, kind of a quiet year in the bike world. Few real innovations, many brands just clearing out stock instead of dropping new models. But 2026, that's when things really explode. New motors, radical geometries, powerful e-MTBs, and even crazy ideas from smaller brands. And in this episode, we'll dive into who's pushing the limits, which bikes really stand out, and whether big names like Specialized and Santa Cruz still dominate, or if the newcomers are stealing the show. Let's start with the big guns, Specialized and Santa Cruz. Specialized updated the Stump Jumper Evo, more travel up front, slacker geometry, and that Genie shock now with an external reservoir, built for long, hard descents. And then the Turbo Levo 4, a brand new in-house motor, 840 watt-hours battery. Range for days, but still tuned to ride as naturally as possible. Santa Cruz took a different path. The new Bullet is a beast. 170 millimeters of travel front and rear, head angle as slack as 63 degrees, basically downhill bike numbers. And they ditched their VPP linkage for a Horst link just to integrate the new Bosch Gen 5 motor. But here's the twist. Only a 600 watt-hour battery. Less range, but lighter, more agile. So Specialized says, endless range. Santa Cruz says, pure handling. Two very different philosophies. Other brands are stepping up too. Trex Rail Gen 5. 160 millimeter travel, Bosch motor, 800 watt-hour battery. A true enduro e-MTB. Yeti finally enters the e-game with the LTE. 170 upfront, 160 rear Bosch motor, also with an 800 watt-hour battery. Yeti even tuned the suspension for max grip downhill, because uphill, let's face it, the motor does the work. And then, the exotic ones. Ducati launched the PowerStage RR, limited to 230 units, insanely expensive, packed with Erlin's Pirelli Shimano EP801. A collector's toy, but shows how far the crossover between Moto and MTB can go. The trend is clear. More power, bigger batteries, but different strategies. Specialized goes supersized with 840 watt-hours, Trek and Yeti with 800 watt-hours, Santa Cruz keeps it nimble with 600 watt-hours. End result? If you're riding Alpine Epics, you'll want range. If you're a park shredder, agility matters more. Now, I don't think it's all about e-bikes. Analog bikes are still evolving. High pivot designs are now mainstream. More grip, more control, better suspension action. Commensal proved it in World Cups, and now brands like Trek and Norco follow suit. Polygon's Colossus N9 went carbon, lighter with integrated frame storage. Specialized Stump Jumper EVO is basically an enduro now. Geometry? Longer, slacker, steeper seat angles, up to 78 degrees. Storage compartments in the down tube are basically standard now, and wireless shifting is everywhere. SRAM AXS, Shimano Di2, clean setups, no cables, just ride. Here's where it gets fun. The smaller brands. Atherton bikes, custom frames built with 3D printed titanium lugs and carbon tubes. Now they're experimenting with gearbox drivetrains and belts. If that goes mainstream, total game changer. Nicolai, German engineering with steel frames, pinion gearboxes, belt drives, bomb-proof no-nonsense. Propane YT, Canyon, the direct-to-consumer disruptors. Rumors of a new Capra from YT. Comenco could be preparing a Supreme V6. Scott may update the ransom with hidden shocks. Smaller brands can take risks. They don't need to sell tens of thousands of bikes. And that's why they're the ones bringing crazy ideas to the table. So, who's building the Hammerbike 2026? Specialized with its tech fireworks and massive range. Santa Cruz with radical geometry and downhill DNA. Trek and Yeti with raw power and premium builds? Or the small innovators, Atherton, Nicolai, Commencal, changing the game with new concepts? Truth is, there's no single winner. There are many. And that's the beauty of 2026. No matter if you want range, downhill shred, lightweight builds, or experimental tech, there's a Hammerbike for you. Think radical. Live radical. That's it for today at Radical Life Studios. If you enjoyed the episode, hit subscribe, check our YouTube channel, and join us for the real ride. Ride safe. See you on the trail.